From overpriced microtransactions to forced live service scams, gaming companies have found every possible way to squeeze money out of us. What started as small, optional purchases has turned into an industry-wide plague that punishes players just for wanting to enjoy their favorite games. Today, we're breaking down the 5 worst corporate practices in gaming and how they've ruined the experience for everyone. So let's get into it. It's Waffles. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like content like this. And be sure to check out my previous video where I break down why it's not acceptable for new video games to have less content than the older generations of games. First off, microtransactions used to be simple. Pay a small fee for an extra item or cosmetic. But over the years, they've evolved into full-blown pay-to-win systems, forcing players to spend money just to keep up. Sports games like NBA 2K are some of the worst offenders. If you want to upgrade your player, you either have to grind for dozens of hours or spend real money on virtual currency. And the biggest scam? In-game currency never matches the price of items. If a cosmetic costs 800 VC, but the store only sells currency in 750 or 1000 bundles, players are forced to spend more than necessary just to make up the difference. Mobile games and Diablo Immortal take it even further, locking character progression behind paywalls, to the point where maxing out a character could cost thousands of dollars. But as bad as microtransactions are, at least you know what you're buying. That brings us to something even worse, when games turn spending money into pure gambling. Loot boxes trick players into spending money for a chance at what they want. Instead of letting you buy an item directly, you're forced to gamble on randomized rewards. FIFA Ultimate Team is one of the worst offenders, generating billions of dollars off of players hoping to pull rare cards. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a prime example of pay-to-win loot boxes, locking iconic characters behind random crates unless you wanted to grind for dozens of hours. Even worse, loot boxes target younger players using casino-like mechanics to keep them hooked. Some governments like Belgium have even banned loot boxes as a form of gambling. And if that wasn't bad enough, even when you do buy a game outright, there's no guarantee it will actually be finished. Games used to ship as complete experiences. Now developers release broken games and promise to fix them later. Cyberpunk 2077 was so buggy at launch that Sony had to remove it from the PlayStation Store. Players who paid full price were left with a half-finished mess, while CD Projekt Red spent years patching it into a playable state. Battlefield 2042 launched without a scoreboard, basic features, or even a functional hit detection system. These games aren't getting delayed, they're getting sold as broken products with the promise of a future fix. But unfinished games are just one way companies make players pay extra. Sometimes they deliberately cut content from the base game just to set it back later. Once upon a time, DLC expanded games in meaningful ways. Now, companies strip content from the base game and sell it back to us. Street Fighter X Tekken had 12 locked characters already on the disc. Players had to pay extra to unlock content they technically already owned. Destiny has been accused of removing story content at launch, only to repackage it as paid expansions later. The Sims 4 is the worst offender in life sims, charging hundreds of dollars for features that were free in older games. And if all of this wasn't bad enough, the newest trend in gaming is even worse, convincing players that games never have to be finished at all. Live service games promise ongoing content updates, but most launch empty and never recover. Anthem was marketed as a 10-year game, but was abandoned within 2 years. Marvel's Avengers launched with a broken loot system, terrible monetization, and almost no actual in-game content. Even Halo Infinite, one of Xbox's bigger franchises, was missing core features at launch and relied on a broken live service roadmap. Rockstar has milked GTA Online for a decade, while Red Dead Online was completely abandoned despite fan demand. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly talk about two more frustrating gaming practices that deserve an honorable mention. Releasing the same game every year with minimal changes. Sports games copy and paste the same mechanics every year, making minimal changes while charging full price. NBA 2K and Madden have recycled animations and features for years, yet players are expected to pay $70 every year. Pokemon continues to use outdated graphics and rush development cycles instead of taking time to make a quality game. Artificial scarcity and FOMO tactics. Companies create fake limited time content just to force players into spending money. Fortnite rotates skins in and out of the store, making people feel like they have to buy now or miss out forever. Nintendo artificially limits digital games like Super Mario 3D All-Stars, even though there's no reason it should disappear. Destiny 2 literally deletes old expansions, forcing players to keep spending money to stay current. These are just a few of the worst corporate practices that have ruined gaming. Do you think it's getting worse, or is there still hope? Let me know in the comments what you think is the most shameless gaming practice. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the gaming industry. Also, let me know in the comment section below if there are any other topics in the gaming industry you would like me to cover like this. It's Waffles, and I'm out. Peace.